Hello friends, in this video we are going to see the 5 United States dollars Federal Reserve Standard Circulation banknote, which was launched in the years from 2006 to 2021 by the government of the United States of America. These banknotes were printed by the Federal Reserve, the Central Bank of the United States of America, and were printed at Bureau of Engraving and Printing, United States. Now let us see the physical structure of the banknote. It is a rectangular-shaped banknote made from hybrid substrate material that is 75% cotton and 25% linen and contains red and blue security fibers. It is printed using the intaglio technique, that is, raised printing technique, which can be felt by soft touch on the note surface, which gives genuine Federal Reserve notes their distinctive texture. The color of the banknote is as follows. The center of the note is light purple color, blending to gray color near the edges. The size of the banknote is 156 mm by 67 mm. On the obverse side of the banknote, if there is FW before the lower right plate number, it indicates that the note was printed at the Bureau of Engraving and Printing Satellite Facility in Fort Worth, Texas. And if there is no FW before the lower right plate number, it indicates that the note was printed at the Bureau of Engraving and Printing's facility in Washington, D.C. In the serial number of the banknote, the presence of a star at the end of the serial number indicates a replacement note. Now let us discuss the obverse side of the banknote. When the note is observed from the left to right side, we can see that it has a denominational numeral 5 on all four corners of the note. Next, it has lettering. This note is legal tender for all debts, public and private, in English. Next, it has a Federal Reserve Bank seal, which is a black seal to the left of the portrait, which represents the entire Federal Reserve System. A letter and number beneath the left serial number identifies the distributing Federal Reserve Bank. Code letters of the Federal Reserve branches are as follows: A1 Boston, Massachusetts, B2 New York, New York, C3 Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, D4 Cleveland, Ohio, E5 Richmond, Virginia, F6 Atlanta, Georgia, G7 Chicago, Illinois, H8 St. Louis, Missouri, I9 Minneapolis, Minnesota, J10 Kansas City, Missouri, K11 Dallas, Texas, and L12 San Francisco, California. Next, at the center, it has the portrait of Abraham Lincoln. It also has the lettering Lincoln below the portrait of Abraham Lincoln. Next, on its right side, the printing series year is mentioned. Next, it has a Treasury seal, which is a green seal to the right of the portrait, which represents the U.S. Department of the Treasury. It also has denominational value 5 written along with the seal. Next, in English, the United States of America appear above the Treasury seal. Next, it has a serial number on the top left side, above the Federal Reserve Bank seal, and on the bottom right side, below the Treasury seal. And, next, it has signature of the Treasurer of the United States on the bottom left side of the portrait of Abraham Lincoln, and it has signature of the Secretary of the Treasury on the bottom right side of the portrait of Abraham Lincoln. On the upper side of the note, it has Federal Reserve Note written in English. On the lower side of the note, it shows denominational value $5 in English. The note consists of key security features, such as, when observed from left to right, it has a watermark, which consists of a faint image of 3 numeral 5s running vertically to the left of the portrait of Abraham Lincoln. When the note is seen in light, this image is visible from both sides of the note. Next, it has a security thread, which is an embedded thread running vertically to the right of the portrait of Abraham Lincoln. The thread is imprinted with the letters USA and the numeral 5 in an alternating pattern. And, when the note is seen in light, the thread is visible from both sides of the note. The thread glows blue when illuminated by ultraviolet light. And, next, it has a watermark, which consists of a faint image of a large numeral 5 in the blank space to the right of the portrait of Abraham Lincoln. When the note is seen in light, this image is visible from both sides of the note. The note also consists of additional design and security features, such as, it has American symbols of freedom printed in the background in the design, which is the Great Seal of the United States, featuring an eagle and shield, which is printed in purple to the right of the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, and an arc of purple stars surrounds the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln and the Great Seal of the United States. And next, it has micro-printing security feature, which are as follows. The small printed text $5 repeated inside the left and right borders of the note. Next, a pluribus unum printed at the top of the shield within the Great Seal of the United States. It is written in Latin, which means, out of many, one, which is the traditional motto of the United States of America. And next, the small printed text USA repeated in between the columns of the shield, within the Great Seal of the United States. Now let us discuss the reverse side of the banknote. When the note is observed from the left to right side, we can see that it has a denominational numeral 5 on all four corners of the note. The large purple numeral 5 in the lower right corner of the note helps those with visual impairments to distinguish the denomination. This large purple numeral 5 also includes micro-printing security feature, which is the small printed text USA 5 appear along one of its edge. Next, at the center, it features the picture of the Lincoln Memorial, which is a U.S. national memorial monument that honors the President Abraham Lincoln, and it is situated in Washington, D.C., the United States of America. It has the large interior statue of a seated Abraham Lincoln, 1920, which was carved in marble. When the Lincoln Memorial was constructed, the names of 48 states were engraved on it. The picture of the Lincoln Memorial on the note only contains the names of 26 states. These are the 26 states that can be seen on the front side of the Lincoln Memorial, which is what is pictured on the note. And next, above the image of the Lincoln Memorial, it has the lettering, "In God We Trust" in English, which is the official motto of the United States of America. On the upper side of the note, in English, the United States of America appear on the center. On the lower side of the note, it has the lettering Lincoln Memorial in English on the center, and below it, it also shows denominational value $5 in English on the center. Here, we reach the end of this video. Hope you liked it. Thank you very much for watching the video. See you soon. Goodbye.